Hey YouTube, got a bass in the other day. It was at a price I couldn't say no to. So this is, I couldn't find any information about this brand. I have seen a few before. This is a Ninja. And what does it say below? It says Ninja Axis. I have seen, I remember seeing a Ninja bass in the Barras, which is a local marketplace in Glasgow, years ago, and the fretboard was split off it, so I didn't buy it. That's kind of all I remember. I've got a funny feeling I've seen a Strat, a Super Strat at one point, which was a sort of similar, not this colour, this is, I don't know what you call this, sort of gold purple metallic type thing. I think I've seen a Strat that was a similar colour to this with gold hardware, and I think it had some sort of Floyd Rose on it. Not really sure exactly what these basses are. I don't think it's not a particularly cheap one. I think I'm going by complete guesses. I'm reckoning this is early to mid 90s and about 250, 300 quid sort of thing. So basically it's a PJ bass. Well, it's not really a J because that's like a sort of double jazz bass humbucker in the bridge there. Quite unusual. It's got a pickup switch to slip between the two. And it's a tone for this and a tone for that and a master volume, which I've been playing this morning thinking there's something wrong with it because I for some reason my brain just says it should be two volumes and one tone, but it's not. It's a volume and two tones. So no scratch plate on this for the era. All gold hardware. Quite a pretty bass. I'm not sure what to do with it. It's kind of already got more pickup combinations than I need, and it's too nice a colour really just to paint. I mean it's in pretty good nick. It's got a bit of a chunk out there, and I've got a few wee bashes around the edge, but in general terms it's pretty good. Oh, it's got a sticker on the back. It's a KB24/MBC. So I don't really know what that means. Be a model number, I would think. Yeah, so it's another P bass. I have just, for some reason, got an awful lot of basses the last couple of weeks. So it's not really much use to me. I don't think I've got the reason I don't really buy very many P basses is I've got a couple of P basses. I've got a Schecter one that's worth, I don't know what it's worth. It's an 80s Schecter one I bought. The most expensive guitar I ever bought ever. Bought it when I was 19 or something like that. It's a sort of 50s P bass with a Telecaster headstock and anodized scratch, but it's a very pretty guitar. So I've never really felt the need to have another P bass. Not like a straightforward P bass. I thought you could argue it's just got a humbucker in it, so it's a bit different. So playing through my wee Stag bass amp there. I've turned the volume down a bit on the speaker so it doesn't fart on the microphone, hopefully. Full tone. Okay, slightly dirty input on it. Take a bit of tone off it. No tone. So onto the humbucker in the bridge. Good for some Iron Maiden maybe. scoosh that with contact there. What am I going to try and do? That would be pulling the switch tip off. Stick a wee bit of super glue on the end of that and stick it onto the switch. Maybe it just wasn't screwed on right. Just be alright there. Yeah, so all is not well with this bass though. It plays fine. I mean, I didn't really notice it. I was just basically when I got it, it's happy rats. It's fine. It plays nice. I had to do a wee bit of fret work on it. A couple of high frets kind of kicking about here, so it was buzzing all the way up with the G string. The truss rod. There's something wrong with it though, which is annoying. Other than that, this could be smashing. So basically you can turn it and it doesn't seem to do anything, or it seems to be tightening up, but it doesn't seem to be moving the neck back. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. I've had this problem before on an Encore neck I've got over there. What's happening in the back behind here, where the end of the truss rod is, so you adjust it from here, but from the end here there's like an anchor, so this is pulling against the anchor here. Well, what's wrong with that Encore one is the anchor is getting pulled into the neck like this, getting squished in, so it's not actually straightening the neck. So I really don't know. It kind of threw me a bit with this bass because I had some ideas for it, and it was ideas of it being a Vimto one, you know, like put a Vimto sticker on it. I was thinking of maybe putting I've got a jazz bass blade humbucker, blade pickup. I was thinking of putting it there, so it was like a 3 pickup one. Then I was thinking of putting a rotary switch in to do some more fancy stuff. So I'm kind of stumped with what to do with this because the thing is, it's too nice just to part out, but it's like that truss rod thing's annoying. I mean, the action's not high. It's not unacceptably high. I mean, compare it to one that I have actually set up. I mean, so we go for the 12th fret. Where's my measuring thing? This is where the way I would have set up my bass to play on the 12th fret. We're talking about, what's that? 1, 2, 3 millimeters. So it's a 3 millimeters of 12th fret on a bass that I've set up to the way I would play it. And on this one it is 1, 2, 3 millimeters. Right. So arguably the action isn't really too high at all. It's just it's not adjustable. You can't get it any lower. We're now talking about shimming the neck and stuff like that. It's just a little bit. Ideally, I want to give it another half turn to bring it back in to make it perfect. But I mean, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to these things. I couldn't sell a guitar that there was something that I knew there was something wrong with it. Unlike quite a lot of people, especially if you buy guitars off Gumtree and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, you know, it's just got a string missing. They know fine well there's something seriously wrong with it. I've done it. It's happened to me thousands of times. Well, it's not thousands. It's happened to me tens of times. But if you're wanting a bass for, like, if you've got a 4-track or a guitar player and you fancy a go at it, it's totally fine. my standards are just incredibly high because I'm used to. I mean, the guitars I buy are generally quite cheap. I mean, all these were, you know, damn cheap if you compare them to what you would if you went into a guitar shop now and looked at guitars. Most of mine are cheaper than. They're not the cheapest guitars. You know, there's the very, very cheapest Epiphones and the very, very cheapest Squiers are generally a wee bit cheaper than some of these, but you're still in the Epiphone Squire range when you topped out pretty much everything I've got. But quality wise, these are up in the best ones in the shop, you know, thousands of pounds. It's just nobody knows what these are, and people want, oh, I'll buy a Fender Squire because it looks like what Jimi Hendrix played, you know what I mean, as opposed to being something that's actually good. So this is just, it's just basically just a P bass, and if you're wanting a P bass for even learning, it'd be totally fine. Like even gigging, it's just that annoying thing about the fact that I can't get the action down to what I want it as, just because there's something wrong with the truss rods. It's not like it's going to get any worse, because I mean the thing this must be what, the 90s, but it must be 30 years old anyway, so it's not going anywhere now. It's done its pulling up. Just it's one of these guitar companies that just disappeared, Ninja. I don't know. I mean, you wonder if maybe, I don't know. I wonder if they were just a subsidiary of something else. I mean, something about it makes me think it looks a bit like a Marlin, but that might purely just be down to the age of it. You know, in sort of the early 90s, you got guitars like this. I mean, did Duff McKagan not play a jazz bass sort of like this kind of thing with no scratch plate and the gold hardware kind of? I do actually quite like this. I wish I hadn't noticed that the truss rod was something not right about it, because now that it's in my head forever. I mean, if you want to buy this bass, don't watch this video. Go back in time and erase it from your mind, and you might not even notice, just because I'm a pernickety fellow when it comes to these sort of things. I did notice. So I'm not really sure what to do with this. I mean, if you're looking at just something, you know, for a bass for sitting about the house for practicing, or even playing in a band, if you're just thinking about giving it a go, it's totally fine. I don't know. My expectations are just too high because I know that I can spend like 150 quid and get a pro level instrument if I know what I'm looking for. But if you didn't realise that and you figured that, you know, I mean, is it better than like your bass, Squier P bass probably? You know, so if anyone wants to throw me an offer for this, yeah, or you might see this appear in some months' time once I find another neck for it. Basically, cause it's quite a cool colour. I wonder if I could maybe pick up a neck with a working truss rod in it, and then it with an awesome bass, and I'll sell it for 150 quid. But yeah, so we're coming with a shot at it. It's obviously got I'll get some discussion on it. So that input jack out. It's like the reason it keeps popping there is because I keep kicking the leads. I didn't scoop it around the back of the strap like you always should do, which would have stopped that happening. Yeah. So Ninja. The verdict's still pretty much out on it. I can't judge an entire type of guitar on one that's got something wrong with its truss rod. They might not all be that. The thing that's getting me as well, Matt, as I said at the start, Matt, the only other Ninja bass I ever saw, the neck was split between the fingerboard and the neck, and I didn't know whether I was able to fix it at that point. At this point, I would probably have bought it now, but this was a few years ago. So I mean, that's the only two I've ever seen. Both had neck problems. Okay, maybe different ones, but it's like I don't know. And I suppose the company never did very well. So I'm not really sure about Ninja. I think this is the only one on YouTube. But that might be something to do with the fact that if you type in Ninja into Google, obviously there's billions of pages about ninjas as opposed to being Ninja guitars. I think I might have even seen a picture when I was googling trying to find out anything about these guitars. I might have actually seen a picture of an actual Ninja playing a Strat. You know, it's like, yeah. So I don't think I'll put this up for sale, but if anyone wants to drop me a line and maybe offer me a wee offer for it, it might be alright. If it's the sort of thing you're after, you fancy giving bass a go, but you're not 100% into it. Ideal for if you're just doing home recording or something like that. You would never, unless you were a good bass player, you would never notice that there was anything wrong with it. Or if you're just used to less pro level stuff. Rock and roll.